Waiting for your first question.
Hello everyone, this is Faryal Challenges Wali from Rehan AI Teaching Bootcamp Level 1, having a discussion about a particular topic with the chatbot named Maya. So, my topic is focuses on vulnerability in leadership and innovation. So, my first question to you that what does vulnerability means in leadership?
In leadership, vulnerability means showing up as your authentic self, being honest about your weaknesses, admitting mistakes, asking for help, and leading with empathy. It's about creating a safe space where people feel comfortable taking risks and sharing ideas without fear of judgment. It's not about being weak, but about being courageous enough to be real.
Okay, great. My next question is that why is vulnerability important for innovation?
Vulnerability fuels innovation because it creates psychological safety. When people feel safe enough to share unconventional ideas, to admit when they don't know something, or to challenge the status quo without fear of ridicule, that's when true innovation can happen. Vulnerability breaks down barriers, encourages experimentation, and allows teams to learn and adapt more quickly. When everyone's faking perfection, creativity gets stifled.
Of course.
I'm not sure I
So,
caught that clearly. Could
mhm.
you repeat that?
My next question to you that does vulnerability make a leader look weak or not?
Showing vulnerability can initially feel risky for leaders. There's this old idea that showing any weakness makes you seem less capable, but actually, it often does the opposite. When leaders are genuine about struggles or ask for help, it builds trust. People see them as more human, relatable, and honest. That trust actually makes people more willing to follow them, not less. What's your take on that?
Okay, great. How does vulnerability build trust within our team?
When leaders are vulnerable, they model for their team that it's okay to be imperfect, to take risks, and to ask for support. This normalizes vulnerability within the group. When team members see their leader showing up authentically, they're more likely to do the same with each other. That reciprocity builds deeper connections and trust because everyone feels like they can show up fully without hiding their real selves or playing some perfect role.
Okay, great. Now, can you give an example of a vulnerable leader?
Sure. Think about Brene Brown. She's a researcher who literally made her career studying vulnerability. She's famous for sharing really personal, sometimes painful stories about her own struggles. That bravery built this massive connection with audiences because people felt like she wasn't pretending to have it all figured out. By being so honest about her own imperfections, she created this safe space for others to connect with their own vulnerability. Does that kind of example resonate with what you're thinking about?
Hmm, of course, it
Got
happened.
it.
My next question to
Good.
you
I'm
that
glad that example.
huh, how does vulnerability
I'm not sure I
encourage
caught all of that. The
creativity?
way vulnerability influences. Could you repeat that last part about how vulnerability influences memory? Um, I think some of it got cut off.
I want more answer about this question. Means how does
Right, about
vulnerability encourage
how
creativity? In the essence, what would you like to say?
I'm not quite following the connection between vulnerability, memory, and bridging creativity there. It sounds like you might be asking how vulnerability helps teams come up with new ideas. If so, it's because when people feel safe being open and honest, they're more willing to suggest unorthodox ideas, share unfinished work, and experiment without fear of judgment. That kind of psychological safety unlocks creativity that wouldn't otherwise happen.
Okay. What
Does that make
challenges
sense? Yes.
asking others that what challenges do leaders face in practicing vulnerability?
One big challenge is the fear of losing control or credibility. A lot of leaders believe they have to project competence, which can make them hesitant to admit mistakes or show uncertainty. There's also societal conditioning that equates vulnerability with weakness, so some leaders actively avoid it. Another challenge is the discomfort of being honest about their own emotions and struggles, especially with people they see as subordinates. It takes practice and courage to show up authentically as a leader.
Okay. My next question
Makes
is
sense
that
so far?
yes, how can leaders develop vulnerability?
Great question. Leaders can develop vulnerability by intentionally practicing self awareness, really understanding their own strengths and weaknesses. They can start small, maybe by admitting when they're wrong or asking for feedback. Creating a safe space for others to be vulnerable first is also key.
Okay.
Leaders can model vulnerability by sharing their own stories and challenges in a thoughtful way. It's also about learning to be okay with discomfort and creating a culture where it's safe to take risks and fail.
Great. Now my next question is what is the connection between vulnerability and emotional intelligence?
It they're very closely linked. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and recognize those of others.
Mm,
Vulnerability requires emotional intelligence because it's about being honest about your feelings and needs, and that takes self awareness. Plus, vulnerability makes you more aware of other people's emotions too, because when you share yourself authentically, it creates a reciprocal dynamic where others feel safer to do the same. One really feeds the other.
okay. Means if we say about the conclusion of this topic, so we can say the future of leadership belongs to those who leads with authenticity and courage. Vulnerability fosters trust, innovation, and resilience. In a rapidly changing world, leaders who embrace vulnerability will inspire sustainable growth and meaningful progress. So it is a meaningful chat and discussion about the particular topic with the chatbot. So we will be present here with the next topic with next guest and might be chatbot. So till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Exactly. That's a beautiful way to put it. Authenticity and courage are the foundation, and vulnerability becomes the catalyst for creating more trust, pushing innovation forward, and building resilience within teams. It's a powerful shift from the traditional leader as hero model to one that prioritizes connection and genuine relationships.
Okay. So we'll be present here with the next topic next time. Till then, take care. Allah.